Before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to announce a little contest I'm doing. If you like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel, you will be automatically eligible to win a copy of my book, The First Collection, any one of a number of group anthologies that I've published, and just some Nickbotic horror and 100% true branded stuff, random items. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, that's all you gotta do. And with that, let's go to the video.
The only other face that is perhaps as well known as Slender Man in the Creepypasta community is undoubtedly the haunting visage of a paper white face with no eyelids and a large grin that has been used as an internet shocker since its creation in late 2005. That is, of course, Jeff the Killer. Rumors have persisted over the years as to the source of the infamous image, the most prevalent being the claim that the image was a Photoshop of a selfie a girl named Katie Robinson took shortly before her suicide. That rumor is entirely baseless. The image is the result of a young man named Jeff Case finding himself bored one day and creating a mask out of latex. He then took a picture wearing the mask and manipulated it using Photoshop, giving it the black rings around Jeff's eyes and the eerily wide smile. When he posted the picture to a Japanese image board site, Case included a short, urban legend-style story that has since been lost. The image began getting shared all over the internet under the name joy.jpg, and in 2008, Case uploaded a video to YouTube that included a newly written story accompanying the picture. It was this story that would go on to become considered the official first Jeff the Killer story, with Case explaining that the most well-known of the Jeff the Killer stories are works of fan fiction based on his creation. Jeff Case created Jeff the Killer with one intention: to make a contribution to the vast world of memes and famous internet stories. This goal led to the story of a viciously bullied boy named Jeff, a large inspiration for whom was Jason Voorhees, though by the creator's own admission nowhere near the level of the hockey mask-wearing, machete-wielding horror icon. The two do share some similar traits. The reaction to Jeff was an uproarious one. The image was shared from person to person in attempts to shock the recipient, and the accompanying story lent a certain authenticity to it all, which led to an uptick in Google searches for, "Is Jeff the Killer real?" An early feature of creepypastas, one that I for one am happy is mostly gone, was poor spelling and grammar, which was often employed in an effort to make readers believe that whoever had written the story was doing so in a hurry, ostensibly out of fear that whatever monster they were writing about would get them before they had a chance to warn everyone. Though not used in this exact manner, early Jeff the Killer fanfiction stories were rife with spelling and grammatical errors, which became so bad that they eventually led to a sort of turning against the character. Over time, opinions of the vicious boy who sneaks into your house and whispers, "Go to sleep," before killing you have shifted from purely positive to considering it a low mark in the genre. When it came out, it sparked a massive amount of fanfiction, so much so that the story that is the actual, original Jeff the Killer story has been in dispute. As mentioned, the most popular and well-known of all the stories of Jeff Hodick, as Case had originally named his character, is a work of fanfiction, one that is written in a particularly juvenile fashion. An excerpt. "And I," said the first kid, "am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there is a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift." Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. "Tisk, tisk, tisk. I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way." The kid walked up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now, it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. "Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else." Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. "Oh, and what will you do?" Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. The awkward, cliché dialogue, the seemingly superhuman strengths of a normal child, and a general sense of grandiosity all contributed to this version of the story being derided in later years. In this well-known version, Jeff's disfigurement is the result of bullies. After the inciting incident in which Jeff beats that group of bullies up while protecting his brother, the bullies retaliate, resulting in Jeff being doused in vodka and bleach and ultimately lit on fire. In Jeff Case's original story, Jeff Hodic's skin is damaged due to prolonged exposure to cleaning chemicals, as well as the poor quality skin grafts that are applied to cover up these deformities. Angry at the world and desperate to find any semblance of happiness, Jeff then carves a Glasgow smile into his face. For those of you who don't know what a Glasgow smile is, it is when cuts are made from the corners of the mouth upwards towards the ears. This method of inflicting pain on oneself or someone else is also known as a Chelsea grin. The debated history regarding the original Jeff the Killer tale notwithstanding, one thing cannot be denied, and that is the influence that Jeff the Killer has had on the creepypasta genre. Jeff the Killer has become synonymous with internet horror stories, and his downright terrifying face has become something of a mascot for the genre as a whole. Outside of the creepypasta community, Jeff the Killer has also inspired countless works of art in anime and manga. Over the years, more and more fanfiction stories have shifted from the purely horror tale of a downtrodden boy seeking revenge to making Jeff Hodic a more sympathetic character in a blend of genres including horror, romance, and oftentimes comedy. The character has also found footing in the LGBT+ community, wherein he is often portrayed as non-binary, gay, bi, pansexual, or otherwise. Such stories also have Jeff as romantically linked with Lou, who in these tales is not his brother. Originally the brother of Jeff, the boy known as Lou has become something of a breakout character in his own right. There are copious amounts of stories in which Lou is the central character, sometimes even evolving into his own villainous, grinning murderer himself. As mentioned, the creator of Jeff the Killer, Jeff Case, did so out of his desire to contribute to the vast world of internet legends. It's safe to say that that goal was accomplished. Case appreciates and admires the endless pieces of artwork based on his character, and is grateful that his creation has touched so many lives. To see more of Jeff Case's work outside of his most recognized image, be sure to visit his DeviantArt page at Sesseur, that's SESSEUR. Though it came out over a decade ago, no official adaptations of Jeff the Killer to the screen have been made, but I can say with a certain degree of certainty that the process is ongoing and that the story of Jeff the Killer is far from over.